Greetings, beautiful people. My name is Simon Javan Okelo. I am the CEO and the founder of Madaraka Festival, and I am also the host of the Madaraka Festival Podcast. We are here recording live and direct from the Seattle Drum School of Music, and my guest today is my brother Art Borders, who is also the music director for One Vibe Band, the founder of one of the amazing bands that I really have worked with over the years here in Seattle, the Ancient Robots, and also, a brother that we've been through a lot over the last decade. We've worked on so many shows together. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thanks.
I didn't add that you're multi-instrumentalist and many other things. What did I miss in the introduction that you want to add?
I produce music, I'm a writer, also do music production, and also work with band leaders, MD. I mean, that was pretty much it.
Pretty much it. Today I don't see your fancy sunglasses, so
I have them.
You can put them on if you want, You need to be in your element. Yeah. Be in your element. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, man. So take us back, you're deeply musical, I know that you are not only an educator, but you work with multiple bands, and you've created so much musically and impacted so many lives because of your music. Mm-hmm. But I want you to share with us some of the things that influenced who you are today as a musician. For example, between the age of 5 to 10, what were some of the colors that you saw growing up? What were some of the sounds that you listened to, or the music that you listened to? And also some of the smells, from the foods that you ate at that time that really built who you are today.
Of course. So growing up I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I was born there and kind of grew up in the Midwest, so all over the Midwest. During that time of that childhood, I would like to say that I saw colors in an artistic way because I didn't start off as a musician. I really wanted to be an artist and draw. So me and my cousins and family members would have drawing contests, and so like having colors and being inspired by just the different tones, they just had a big impact on me. And so by the age of 16 is when I first started. Decided to play the piano and, embark on this journey of what this experience of being a musician would be. Mm-hmm. And it has taken me a lot of places, and I've been able to experience a lot of things and work with a lot of people internationally, national, local. Let's see. Growing up, the foods. We grew up, me and my dad, he would take us fishing or take me fishing. And so I grew up like going out to the lake and just learning how to fish. And so I really grew up eating like catfish and spaghetti. That's like one of my favorite pastas, really. Obviously chicken. Just kind of the soulful foods, because of the area that we kind of grew up in was kind of like the ghetto, but also it wasn't like a place of where we felt like we were stuck, and my mom was always a overachiever and wanted to achieve more greatness for us, and so and my father, and so we did kind of move out of the projects and stuff and moved into more of a community where it was a little bit safer and a little bit more relaxing, and we were able to just walk to school, and it was a little bit easier on us. But it was a great, fun childhood.
Yeah, I love it. So then how did you end up in Seattle?
So I was going to college at John A. Logan College in Southern Illinois, and there was something. I had family out here in Seattle, my dad's side of the family, and I didn't grow up with them, so I didn't kind of know them at all. And so me being curious and just I love family, and I love just that community of family and what that brings and what that can for generations, and like how you know who you are and where you come from, and it helps you. And so I didn't know that side of the family. So I decided one day, and I went to my mother, and I said, now mind you, I'm probably 23. So, I was already an adult. But I went to her and I said, I would like to go out to Seattle and just kind of like meet that side of my dad's side of the family. And she was like, yeah, you more than welcome, and let me know how it is when you get there. And so I decided to make that journey, and this was in 2000. And so I come out to Seattle, and my grandmother had a store. It was called the Sunrise Cafe, Mama's Kitchen, and it was off of 23rd and Jackson, so right there in the central area. And so I came and I visit, and I had a great time, and I was just kind of being a kid, but I wasn't thinking about music or anything. So I decided, okay, well, I'll go back, and I went back in 2003. That's when I went to John A. Logan College, and then after the few semesters that I did there, I wanted to go back to Seattle. And so this is about like 2007 now. And this is when I go to my mother and like, I want to go out there. And so I embark on this mission. I hop in this minivan I had, and I packed up all my belongings, and I moved out to Seattle. And I kind of didn't want to rely on my grandmother or any of my family, so I kind of started off just kind of really living out of my car, and I had bought a mobile home, and just kind of struggling a little bit because I wanted to struggle, but I knew the hustle that I had in me that would, I could do it, and so I just believed in myself. And so I came to Seattle. Family loves me. I would think that, you think that sometimes they would kind of be standoffish because you didn't grow up with them. But no, my family accepted me, and I appreciated that. And it allowed me to kind of really venture off and really explore what Seattle had or what Washington had for me. And so in 2009, I had decided I want to start a band. So before then, let me go back a little bit. I was working with a clothing line called Heart on My Sleeve. We did Seattle Fashion Week. Believe that was 2009 as well. So that 2009, I was into the fashion and stuff. So I was working with these guys, and we had decided, why don't we have do the clothing, but also because I was always talking about music, and we were like, let's put a band together and let's have music when we do our runway shows, our walkway. And so that's when the name The Ancient Robots started flowing around, and that's when I was like, that's what we're gonna be. The name of the band to be The Ancient Robots, and we started off, with that. We've done. We didn't necessarily get to do the fashion stuff because the band started to do other things and blow up a little bit faster than the fashion stuff was. So to push a little bit forward, even though I had the Ancient Robots, I was still doing working with other bands, and one of the other bands I was working with was called Project Lionheart, and that is where and this is where I meet you and started working with the Madaraka Festival, and I believe this was 2015.
Yeah,
I think
2009 is the first time I came to the US.
Right.
2009. This time around the period when you're starting to build your first band, I was here.
Okay.
But then I didn't move to the US until 2010. So I came to the US in 2009 for fundraising. I was working for a big NGO, so I came to do fundraising in 8 different states. So I traveled a lot, and then my girlfriend was from Seattle. So I ended my trip in the US with Seattle, and before the end of that trip is when I proposed,
Okay.
Then I came back in 2010,
Wow.
Then Madaraka Festival in the US started in 2014. So then you got involved the second year of Madaraka Festival. Yeah.
Indeed. And that was a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
And I would like to say being able to work with the Madaraka Festival for all of the years that I've worked with you guys, I've been able to really expand on my experience of working with international artists and wonderful musicians and DJs, and everything has just been a blast. Just wanted to let you know, I appreciate you and thank you for allowing me to be a part of the Madaraka Festival.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, you've been the music director for Madaraka Festival for a few years now, How has that been? Just paint a picture for people what it is that a music director does and how it has been for you to be the music director for Madaraka Festival multiple times.
Well, at first, it did seem a little scary or frightening, because I wasn't that scared. It was just more like, what does this entail? And being hands-on and watching from previous years, I was able to just learn, okay, this is what I need to do, which is, making sure the band's there when it's time to go on stage, when it's time to get off, being able to help support the artists that come into town, and being able to take time out to learn the music, get the band together, get all the music from each artist that we are working with for that year, and also just being having the confidence of knowing that we do this. This is our profession, and so utilizing an opportunity like being the band director has really helped me step up my understanding of even each an individual musician that I have to work with, and know that building their confidence will help build everyone's confidence. Instead of sometimes sometimes you get into that, or at least I do, where I'm not confident in what the band is sounding like for what the artist is looking for. It's finding a way to how to articulate that to the musician, letting them know we need a little bit more of this or less of this, so that we can sound our best without we want to just bring our best and put our best foot forward, bring our best to the table.
Yeah.
And so it has been a journey, but I've enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. I've enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll be here for years to come. It's a wonderful experience, and I can't wait to work with more artists and different people, and just also you're now doing your thing on stage, which is wonderful, and I commend you on that. I know it's not easy, but you make it look like it's fun.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. It's been wonderful working with you too, learning and executing, struggling, failing, but still continuing, mm-hmm. because I feel that the joy of anything is the journey. It's not the destination. A lot of people say that, when I have this and that, when I get to this place, I will be happy. But for me, I'm just enjoying all of it. Yeah, it's been very, very hard, but it's also been very, very fun. So I remember us doing the Madaraka 2023 in multiple cities, and when people look at the pictures and the videos, and they hear the stories, it's the most glamorous Madaraka Festival that everybody remembers. Everybody remembers how we sold out, Benaroya Hall, but they don't know the struggle, Yeah, and for me, that's what is important. People just need to remember the joy and everything, because the struggle is now for me. When you look at a beautiful house, you don't know the skeleton of that house that is holding it together, Absolutely. If one pillar cracks, the entire thing goes down, Mm-hmm. So I feel like I'm the skeleton of this story that we are telling, and I just need to stay put. I need to stay steady, and other pieces are going to be added, and everything is going to be fine,
Indeed.
Yeah. So I want you to look at this camera and invite everybody to join us on Saturday, August 30th from 12 to 9 p.m. at Pier 62 for the 11th anniversary of Madaraka Festival. Yeah.
Please join us August 30th at Pier 62 for the Madaraka Festival. We would like to see you there.
Excellent. And also look at the same camera and invite everybody to subscribe to Madaraka Festival on YouTube.
Please subscribe to the Madaraka Festival on YouTube. Thank you.
Excellent. So finally, is there something that you want to share with us that I did not ask, that was in your heart as you are driving here today? What is it that you wanted to share as we wrap up?
Is it okay to tell about a few shows that I have coming up?
Yes.
So this particular weekend, I have a show that I'm working with this choir called the Resounding Love Choir. They're a community-based choir out of Seattle. They'll be holding a concert at the Black and Tan Hall in Columbia City, June 7th at 7:30. And also
June 7th is a Saturday.
Is
it a Saturday?
Friday.
Okay.
Friday.
Okay.
Saturday. It's
Saturday.
It's
okay.
Saturday.
What time is that show?
At 7.
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Oh, I might just be able to make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wonderful choir. It's just mixed. And also they're doing a bunch of songs that are original songs. So
I wish I knew about them before we finalized the lineup for Madaraka. We would have invited them.
Indeed. I'll get you in touch with Marshawn and those guys and put something together.
Who knows? We might be able to invite them as special guests.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Indeed. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
And also on June 8th, I'm working with this production called Jive Productions, and we'll be doing a show at the Spanish Ballroom in Tacoma. It's for Cherry G. It's her kind of a birthday thing. So, if anyone's available, just come out and support, and also just follow the Ancient Robots at Gmail. Or on any platform. Yeah, I'm always giving my email address. And that's the Ancient Robots with a Z at the end of it. So people know.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for making the time for our conversation today. And for those who joined us on YouTube, thank you so much for subscribing to Madaraka Festival here on YouTube. If you're a new supporter of the channel, make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment down below with which part of our conversation here inspired you. What question do you have for me or at Borders or about Madaraka Festival? And we will see you in the next episode. Peace.